Welcome, the Warchief of Light is live. Another epic night of gaming, ass kicking, hopefully. Nerding out and having fun. Hi, my name is Peebs, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. Today, we're going to be doing the Alliance raid. However, we're going to give it a few minutes. I got a few things I'd like to watch with you guys, if that's okay. It won't be too bad. It'll be a few minutes. I figured it would be fun. Right now, just a little stiff, okay? And I'm waiting for some pain meds to kick in. For those of you who know, I've been working a lot. Averaging 10 to 12 hours a day the last 2-3 weeks, something like that. And I've come accustomed to taking a half-hour nap in the evening. Usually they're fine. Once in a blue moon, they're not. And today, it was not. So we're in a lot of arthritic pain, and like I said, we're waiting for the good meds to kick in. So I figured we're gonna relax, watch two things. One that is silly as fuck, and two, the downfall of Final Fantasy XIV. I have been sent this, I want to say 9 times. I've been DM'd it. I have been, like, it's an interesting conversation, and I think we're gonna have it. So after this, we're jumping right into the Alliance raid. So let's watch the silly thing first, because I know it's short. Bear with me. Where is it? Here it is. I'm trying, as I don't want to start it before... hold on. There. No. Okay. You ready? This is going to be sillies, and we like sillies in this house. Okay, give me like 8.5 seconds. Don't count them, please. I'm gonna move it. You may get the introduction again. I'm sorry if you do. Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, good. Okay, here we are. Ah. All right, ready? Ready? This is Neil. He does Astarion's voice. And as you see him move, you're like... Yeah, anyway. Ready?
He's back. I can change him. I can change him.
If you catch my meaning.
What's going on now, Neil? Is he feeding again?
No, not quite.
Neil, we're not juice boxes.
Shut up, Tom.
We're not juice.
Tom, shut up. This is not the same thing as you think it is.
Let's find our little piece of moon. Somewhere we can lose ourselves.
I might be having sex with the star. Shut up, Tom. Stop laughing at me.
There's a secluded place nearby that should do nice.
Oh, you're getting it on, are you?
Maybe.
I see.
I don't know.
Then come and find me there. Indeed.
I'm watching on Twitch. I can't believe we're starting by
I can't believe it was that fast.
showing Theo this.
I didn't know if this was masturbation or not.
This is masturbation. This is extreme masturbation.
Masturbation? What the shit?
Thing.
Alright, so I'm going to try and do this as a professional, exploring a adult, grown-up, well-written, well-rounded, sexy. Which is, you know, we're adults, we're professionals.
Okay,
Okay.
go on. I'm watching this on actually on the Twitch feed.
I don't think any of us can talk right now, darling.
You want to be
That coy little smile of yours.
Oh
no.
It revolves now, Tom. This is now a conversational menage a trois, darling.
Trying to leave.
I'm gonna go with just, she doesn't know what to say, maybe just grin? Grin and do it?
Go on, grin.
I think
Go
she's
on,
a grin,
number
she's
two,
kind of a
number
person,
two.
like...
Alright. I just need to point out that on my screen, I've just got like everyone's just sleeping and gently snoring.
Oh, really?
He's sleeping with himself.
Oh, okay. Hello, mummy. Hello, mummy. Holy shit. Okay.
Carry me.
Carry me. I'm only 5'9". Carry me, darling. Enjoy yourself. Trust him not to bite you. Roll playfully and offer him your neck. No, we're not doing that. It gave me a penalty last time. We're just gonna have sex, Astarion. We're not gonna, like, you're not gonna have my blood again. You're just having sex.
That's the main rule. I'm
Dude, Barry's, I gotta say, this is my own character. Barry's kind of fucking hot. Sorry.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
That was nice. That was tender and romantic. That was
Yes,
worth. That
okay.
was worth the sex, wasn't it?
Very proud. That was cute. Wait, what do you mean previously? Hold on.
Darling, I was just thinking about you.
He called me darling.
Remembering our time together, the things we've shared. And I don't just mean that lovely look of yours.
Oh well.
I'm growing to like the whole package.
I think he likes me.
Honestly. And you
This is so sad.
It's so sad. Isn't it? It's so sad. What gave it away? Like I like you, or
That is so funny. I can't. He is hilarious. He is a hoot. And he blew the fuck up after getting on Twitter and stuff. And he's on Cameo and people are buying. Okay, we're gonna watch this. Wait for the good drugs to kick in. Meds. Y'all know what I mean. And we'll see. I was told.
Hello everyone, I was Lynx Camelli. For the first time in recorded history, Final Fantasy XIV is currently going through a bit of a rocky period. Although I no longer play the game, I loved FF14 like no other game I had ever played. I've put in over 12,000 hours in the 6 years that I played, and I've seen the game transform over time from a highly creative niche substitute for World of Warcraft to an unrecognizable mess of oversimplification and lack of creativity. The opinions and ideas I will present in this video are feelings I have had for a very long time, much before I stopped playing the game, but I never felt comfortable sharing these feelings because FF14 has a critical issue. You, or more appropriately, the FF14 community. It's no secret that a large amount of 14 players are die-hard lovers that will not accept any criticism or negativity towards their perfect game. Whenever someone brings up a problem they have with the game, they have to keep adding disclaimers that everything is fine out of fear of invoking the wrath of the FF lovers.
This is such a
Warcraft is the opposite. You have to shit on it. Or that's what gets you the comments. You're a shill. I'm serious.
waste of potential. Because this dungeon could probably be badass, but instead they're gonna make it brain dead easy to cater to casuals, and that's fine. That's fine. A vast majority of their content is so that anybody can do it. And
It's
while that's good,
MSQ.
and I'm not saying that they should take it away, they need to add some stuff that is a little harder, but not everybody can do it. I'm not saying they need to, I'm not saying they need to.
However, community
have
sentiment
that.
seems to be declining for the first time in ever. I mean, Zepla, FF14's beacon of positivity and happiness, released a 36-minute video going over all of her issues with FF14's current.
Really? Can we not just skip that?
This was surprising. I mean, that's like a WoW player saying World of Warcraft is actually a good game. Like, that is beyond
I just said that.
controversial. And yet, it seemed to go over well, with a large amount of people agreeing and seeing through the Yoshi P indoctrination, criticizing the game for its legitimate shortcomings. So, clearly, things are changing. Hence, me finally feeling comfortable to talk candidly about a game I used to love and genuinely want to see succeed. I'll be bringing up 4 main topics in this video. However, I won't be discussing the story since I'm a story skipper, so I don't have much to say on that, and it does seem to be one of the last remaining good parts of FF14. Oh. Topic 1. The formula is breaking down. For anyone that has played FF14 for longer than one expansion, we all know that this game operates on an extremely strict by-the-books formula with 0 surprises. Every expansion has 3 Savage Raid tiers, 3 Alliance raids, 2 trial bosses at launch, and a new one every major patch, accompanied with a new dungeon. I mean, there is 0 room for going above and beyond. Just stick to what has always been delivered. And people
I agree
are
with
just
that,
simply
actually.
getting tired of it. There is definitely value in knowing what you'll be getting when you pay for an expansion. I mean,
I also agree that there should be more, especially in the rating department. Because to me, I feel like you guys are missing out on epic rating. But that's me, right? Like, I've always felt that from day one, that the rating experience is excellent. Just lacking more of it, right? Not that it's subpar. There's just... I don't know, as a raider, back when I was raiding, if I could do 4 bosses for 6 months, 12 months, I don't. But again, that's a humble opinion, right? We all have our own. So I have to.
If any of you have been paying attention to Destiny 2, that game is a complete RNG loot box of what you'll get when you pay for an expansion.
I don't know
However,
that
the
game very well.
downside to being extremely formulaic is you lose the ability to excite people. No longer am I sitting at the edge of my seat watching every live letter stream theorizing with my friends on what they'll announce next. I know what's coming. Another 24-man raid. 1 new dungeon, a new trial boss, another 4 bosses in the Savage tier. Except actually, the final boss of the Savage tier is 2 fights that are half finished to form a 5-boss raid tier. Pfft, whoa, dude! What if they just made 1 fight that was fully complete? Okay, sorry, that's besides the point. I got a little off my rocker there. The point is, veteran players that have been around for a few cycles of the 14 formula are just getting burnt out. And what's strange about this is Final Fantasy XIV has grown immensely. I mean, the popularity of this game has only gone up over time, which obviously means way more revenue, and yet, what's to show for it? In fact, some of you might not know this, but in Heavensward, we actually got 2 dungeons per patch. We've steadily been getting less dungeons with every expansion, because you know what Square Enix does? Instead of investing the increased revenue to grow the game, they only ever move development to different pieces of content. Never.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That sentence tells me they don't understand how business works. You had me. Yes, I think there should be more in this, more of that for other people, even if I'm not a raider in this game. But now it's the devs' fault. They just moved them around. The demand has grown. Their 2-year cycles are very tight. There was a pandemic. This is someone who just doesn't get it. And that's okay. But I mean, he's talking like he does.
Ever increasing the overall amount of content. The mystical question everybody's had this expansion is, where is Endwalker's Eureka and Bozja equivalent? Well, it's called Criterion Dungeons. No Ishgardian Restoration equivalent in Endwalker.
I don't like that they keep doing the same thing. Oh my god. Well, how about this? We'll give you something new that's got an easy and a difficult section. They put all their resources in this thing. They tried something. Did it hit? For me, I don't know. I've not tried Eureka. I can't speak to it. Was it a hit or a fail? I don't know. Maybe some people preferred the Eureka type, Bozja type thing. Some people preferred the Criterion Dungeon. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. But you're asking for more. They gave you something different. Just say, hey, it didn't hit as well as it should. I think it, you know what I mean? Very disingenuous.
Yes, there is. It's called Island Sanctuary. Less dungeons and
Which we
Stormblood
asked
onwards,
for.
well, that's to make way for ultimate raids. You see, despite FF14 exploding in popularity and the cash shop overflowing with overpriced garbage to milk the player base, Square Enix has never added content to the game, only
We asked for Island Sanctuaries. We were excited. We were screaming for Island Sanctuaries. People generally love the Island Sanctuaries. This is starting to sound like somebody who really likes one kind of content, not getting that one kind of content, saying that the world is shit. Listen, there's some valid criticism. Right there, the monetization shop is not great. Okay? Again, if you compare it to World of Warcraft, for the BlizzCon versus FanFest, BlizzCon wins this. You know what I mean? The cash shop is insidious to a very strong point. Remember, you pay monthly for this game. I get that criticism. I do. I agree with you. I agree there's not enough raids. But, I mean, I'm also not going to make a point up to try to shit on it, right?
placed content. And this formula is just getting stale. Do I really want to spend $15 a month just to do another 24-man raid that is exactly like the ones that came before it? Topic 2. Repetition breeds apathy. Beyond just sticking to the formula for content releases, FF14 has also lost all creativity when it comes to encounter design, which was arguably FF14's greatest strength outside of the story for years. In fact, one of my most popular videos on this channel is me selling the game to WoW players on how great the boss encounters are.
I think I hit the nail on the head earlier. This is a raider who likes to raid, which I'm glad you do. I want you to have fun in this game. But sweetheart, that's not the only thing there is here.
But again, for those of us that have been around for a while, we have started to see the utter lack of innovation when it comes to boss design, even in the ultimate fights. Every mechanic is just a random combination of group stacks, prey markers, tether grabbing, limit cut, tower soaking, or god forbid clock spots. I mean, it's all been done before. There is no...
Have you played World of Warcraft? And no, that's not me shitting on anything, okay? Just listen, I rated World of Warcraft. I rated World of Warcraft for a long fucking time. And I will admit that. I'm okay with that. The mechanics don't change. Okay, once in a while you'll get a unique this thing happened. Like dude with the hammer where he hits the sides and they go boop and you have to be in the right square. That's cool and unique. Same idea, right? Like you'll get a fight like that, which is kind of unique and cool, but you get like one or two. It's the same thing in both games. And to sit there and say like it's getting I think you're burnt out from raiding. And that's not a bad thing. But that's what it feels like. Again, I wish you had more bosses. I wish you had more.
No interesting new mechanics that challenge your gameplay ability. If you're a veteran player or no one, tell me if this sounds familiar to you. Oh, this mechanic is like this other mechanic in that other boss. Every boss is just a reskin of mechanics used in previous fights over and over. All you have to do when learning a new Final Fantasy XIV boss is find the safe spot, because do you know what every FF14 mechanic in existence is? Stand and let thing resolve. Seriously, when I had this realization is when I lost all interest in FF14 encounter design. Stand and let thing resolve. That is every mechanic. There is no innovation to the gameplay, just simply a new twist on stand and let thing resolve.
Let me tell you something cool, okay? World of Warcraft has dragon rules. If you're fighting a dragon, you need to stand on the side. It does a tail whip, it does a breath attack. If it goes in the sky, you need to run. In World of Warcraft, if you're fighting a mob, it's only one of two things. You either have a specific order, they gotta come down, or they gotta come down at the same time. No ifs, ands, buts, maybes, that's how the raid is gonna go. And they have a mob boss every single raid section. There's only two ways to take them down. Again, I think this is a raid problem. And I never liked raid rules. I don't have the reaction to DBM. And to be fair, I also was not a mythic raider. I was dipping my toes into heroic, and I could probably get halfway through heroic on my own. Honestly.
Other MMOs have moving platforms that require careful jumping, boss attacks that can be countered, which dynamically changes the fight every pull, or using height and gravity to create fun moments. All FF14 has is stand and let thing resolve. Grab the tether and let it resolve. Go to clock spots and let it resolve. Hide behind the rock and let it resolve. And this repetition of reusing old mechanics over and over on top of a non-changing gameplay formula leads to apathy. No longer are we challenged and asked to improve our gameplay ability. We are simply tasked with finding the safe spot and standing there until the thing resolves. And challenge in FF14 has actually been going backwards. The game is not even maintaining the difficulty it used to have, but actually making everything easier and easier. Topic 3. It wasn't always...
I have heard in every single expansion of any game, whether it's this, whether it's Warcraft, that same argument. It's getting easier. And usually they don't have a mythic kill. Just saying. I'm teasing. I don't think he's doing this for clicks. I actually don't. I think this is a frustrated raider, which is really, really, it's fine. That's his opinion. The problem that I see that's different is that they are calling it the downfall of Final Fantasy XIV for their raiding frustrations. Those are not the same. There's a percentage of players that raid, and a percentage of those people that are frustrated, and that's perfectly valid. But the grand majority is not there, right? There's a loop of people that play this game, that play it 100 different ways for 100 different reasons. And so far, we're 7 minutes in to a 15-minute video, and every single point is about raiding except the shop, which, again, I agree with. And there are some raiding points I agree with. It's just, again, it's really very, this is what it is.
Like this. I understand that I might be coming across as a bitter old man yelling at kids for having fun. I'm only 24, by the way. But trust me, I absolutely despise nostalgia lords who blindly think everything was better in the past. However, we can empirically say that Final Fantasy has only gotten easier with every expansion. Class design has completely stagnated and lacks any growth at all. I mean, it blew my mind that an actual popular opinion these days is to make combo skills just one button that you spam over and over. Yeah, great idea, geniuses. You know, what if we just made every class have one ability called the I win button? Maybe then you could convince yourself you're a good player. Preach Gaming used to have a philosophy on class design he called moments of glory, where classes were not meant to be jacks of all trades, but instead have moments and encounters where they're specific.
Okay, you're going off of Preach's stuff, which is fine. That's Fire Mage, by the way, and I like the way that plays, but that plays almost exactly like a Black Mage. That's the part. Like, when you get into your rotation where you're popping Fire 4, that's what that looks like. That's what it feels like. Which is funny to me. And it does have that exact moment that he's talking about. And while you're comparing World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy XIV here, because that's the video and you're taking from Breach, but Warcraft did that like 10 years ago. And no, I'm not shitting on anybody. Think about that. Warcraft took down their number of buttons and number of stuff a long time ago. In fact, on this channel, we have joked a lot. Because I play Warcraft on controller. Okay? I do. I very much do. And I laughed because it's so much simpler. The rotations are so much smaller. Because they're meant to be played differently. It's meant to be played on a shorter burst. It's meant to be a little bit more precise. And Warcraft tends to have more movement in their gameplay. Which, again, perfectly fine. Tomato, tomato. But your example's not doing what you think it's doing. It's actually doing quite the opposite.
Specific class had an area to really shine and do something special. Where are modern day FF's moments of glory? Pressing Fellcleave 5 times in a row? Yeah, that's real interesting and unique. The only class...
Let me introduce you to an Arcane Mage. And why I fucking hate Arcane Mages. Okay? Or let me introduce you to Paladin. It's a 4-button rotation, sweetie. Monk. Build, build, build. Hit the big button. Build, build, build. And I'm taking the classes that I know. My husband is a jack of all trades. Plays them all. He likes to level them. He's one of those weird ones. Love him, but you know. And it's about the same. So, again, while I understand, it's not reality.
Class that can even have a moment of glory is Black Mage, which is coincidentally the class that the game director Yoshi P plays, in which they can save up instant casts and procs to do an entire phase of an ultimate fight without ever needing to hardcast a single spell. Now that's really cool! Try and find any other moment of glory on any other class. They don't exist. Bosses that used to require planned movement, careful positioning, and a consideration for your melee DPS's positional skills have devolved into bosses with hitboxes as big as the arena, or the godforsaken wall boss. where boss movement is literally impossible. You know, I might as well just be punching the air with how little the actual enemy I'm fighting matters in an encounter. Raid buff abilities that used to have varying cooldown lengths requiring planned and coordinated burst timings to maximize damage on an encounter have devolved into every buff skill either having a 60-second or 120-second cooldown.
They only just fixed this for Endwalker. And I know it sounds silly because I remember this and someone had to explain it to me. Basically, they wanted stuff to flow better so that it was more consistent and it was more of a rhythm versus what this was. And I get it. If that's what makes you happy, cast them at different times. I mean, I get it. Like, and you're comparing Dragoon. Dragoon is one of those characters that does have that litany of buttons that you like to press.
Completely removing the planning of burst windows. And there's still so much more! The complete irrelevance of enmity and removal of tank stances, healers being completely gutted into only having 2 damage skills, DPS classes having unique and interesting targeted utility skills like Mana Shift and Palisade deleted from the game, conal AoEs that used to require dynamic movement and aiming to hit the most amount of enemies homogenized into every AoE attack being a circle around your character so you can't possibly miss an attack. I mean, I could go on forever! Cross-class abilities that used to incentivize trying other jobs by leveling them up to borrow a skill for your main job are now just auto-unlock role abilities. Attribute points that added another layer of growth while leveling your character by giving you extra stats are gone. I mean, Jesus Christ, every expansion is just another round of wait and see what they delete this time.
They deleted it because people hated it. And the harder you make it, the less players you'll have playing it. So if you want people to raid, it's just like the talent trees. I had this conversation on Twitter. Warcraft's talent trees, people were like, we hate it, it's too hard. Plus we just copy paste it anyway, so they got rid of them. Then people were like, oh my god, the game was so good when it was so much harder with talent trees. Now people are like, we're overwhelmed. We'll just copy and paste it off of Icy Veins. Good for you. That's what you want. Okay, again, I'm not shitting on his, I'm not yucking his yum. If he wants a more complicated game, I understand that. The reality is that the grand majority of people don't. This is a complaint that he has. Again, I get it. I do. Like, his complaints are not invalid. They're just extremely selfish. He's thinking of himself alone, and calling it the downfall. I don't know if it's an age thing. I'm not going to be ageist about it. But the reality is I can remember thinking like that younger. That everything wrong with the game was this one thing. It's ruining it. Like, there's a percentage of players that are just playing Mahjong and having a grand old time.
Ugh. Misshapen Chair made a video going in-depth about how the dumbing down of class design is removing interest for veteran players, and I want to say that these changes don't help new players either. The greatest strength a game can have is being a game that is easy to learn but difficult to master. What happens when the game is easy to learn and easy to master? You know, as veteran players, we often have to huff copium by saying that, well, the game isn't made for us. It's made for new players, and us veterans are just marketing tools to get new players to try the game. But that doesn't last forever.
No.
There isn't an infinite pool of new players you can constantly bring in. Eventually, those new players become veteran players too, and they will realize all the problems with the game and end up logging out for the last time. What happens when there is no more new players? Topic 4. Who is this game made for? Every simplification, every deletion of a system, every dumbing down of an interesting mechanic has always been seen as making the game more approachable. My question is, with this never-ending crusade of making the game easier and easier without ever expanding the available content or adding on to the existing gameplay formula, what is the end goal for Final Fantasy XIV? Everything I loved about the game has either been removed or dumbed down to the point of being menial. As someone who got into the game for the unique class design and amazing raid encounters, I've had to sit and watch as all the interest in class design was slowly whittled away, making every class dull and homogenized. I've had to sit and watch as all the creativity and raid design slowly evaporated into a mishmash of reusing the exact same mechanics for years on end. And if the trend continues, at some point, your favorite features will end up being dumbed down or deleted. So what is the end goal here? Who is the game made for? Cat moms who play 1 hour a month and spend that entire time crying because the pixels on the screen said a sad word?
Really? Really? Again, I was with you. I gave you benefit of the doubt and understood that your point of view is very, very narrow-minded. You didn't have to prove my point. I could have called that. I could have fucking called that. The person who's crying at the pixels, I hope this game makes you happy. I hope you enjoyed that moment. I hope that brought you a new perspective. And I hope you play. I hope you enjoy it. That's it. That's all you had to say. It's not for me. I disagree. It's not my way of having fun.
Leveling roulette mains who spend the entire expansion leveling classes that they will have no use for at max level?
My husband does that with World of Warcraft. He loves that shit. I literally just said this earlier in the fucking video. Yeah, there's people that do that and love it and will spend hours in it. Maybe even buy something at the fucking shop. You don't get to tell them how to play, sweetie. You don't.
Roleplay mains who don't even do any content at all and spend their sub money dancing at player-made clubs? Look,
Yeah, sure. And I hope you had a fucking great time. Again, you don't get to tell people how to play. You don't. And then call it the downfall of Final Fantasy IV. Listen, if you want to say, I hate raiding in Final Fantasy XIV, great. Your video mostly stood its ground. But this
I'm
guy,
not trying to shit on those kinds of people.
you just did.
But if that's who the game is targeting, then why even bother making high-end raids? Why even bother adding new classes to the game? Why even bother?
Because people want to play new classes, regardless of raiding. And again, I agree that maybe there should be more raids. I do. I agree with you.
With anything but the MSQ. The point I'm trying to make is that on
Some people play the MSQ because they like a Final Fantasy game with a Final Fantasy type storytelling. And then they unsub for 3 months until the next story comes out. Also valid.
on top of catering to the cat moms, the leveling roulette mains, and RP enjoyers, the game used to cater to everyone. It used to cater to the high-end raid enjoyers who wanted in-depth class design to master and theorize how to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis.
You wouldn't have theorized how to maximize on a fight-by-fight basis. You wouldn't. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, as a Warcraft raider who raided hard in Lich King, Cataclysm, and Half a Panda, you're going to Google it. You're going to watch the video. Fat Boss? Listen, I fucking watched hundreds of hours of Fat Boss raiding. That's how you're going to do it. You're not going to spreadsheet shit yourself. No. You're going to look it up. Don't lie to me.
It used to cater to the mid-core, semi-invested players who wanted a goal to chase with relic weapons. It used to cater to people who actually wanted a game to get invested in and master. On top of the new players, the casuals, and Twitter spamming Graha Tia Sims.
And for the Graha Tia Sims, at your service. Hope you had great time, and I hope he's going to stay in the game just for
But
you.
it's not that way anymore. And I just don't know who the target audience is for this game. I don't know if Square Enix just wants you to simply play the patch by coming back once every 4 months to complete all the new content in
That's
4
okay,
hours
too.
and go, oh, that was cool, I guess, and then log out for 4 more months. It doesn't seem that way with how slow the gearing up process takes, or the hooks they have to keep you resubbing with things like the auto demolition timer for housing, where you can't take a break longer than 45 days. But
They did that because of the shortage of housing. Again, you don't like housing. You like raiding. Shut up.
But if they want us to continue playing week after week, paying our monthly $15 entry fee, then why are they removing all of the interest and challenge for players who do spend a large amount of time playing the game? I don't subscribe to the idea that making everything easier and simpler ends up keeping new players invested for longer. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think expanding the available content, keeping a high skill ceiling for players to master, and constantly creating unique encounters to genuinely challenge your gameplay ability gives players a reason to play the game more than the
Gives
required
you
4 hours
a
a
reason.
patch. I used to think that all the simplification to class design would mean players would have an easier time getting better at the game so they could tackle harder content. But, as I'm sure all of you know,
It's about to
even
shit
in
on all the
FF's
players.
easiest state of all time, people in roulettes are still terrible at their classes.
How many times have you heard people LFR are terrible? They get kicked out for low DPS. This is the guy that
People in Party Finder groups are still floor magnets that do 1 DPS. And again, I'm not trying to shit on these people. My point
did.
is that if someone doesn't have an interest in taking that step into the world of playing well and learning to optimize, then they just won't. No amount of simplification, homogenization, and dumbing down or deletion of systems is going to make Johnny Two Fingers become a good player. It just makes the game less interesting and fun for those of us who want to spend a little more time on the game and get a little more invested. And this is the crux of everything I've said. The path Final Fantasy XIV has been going down does not tangibly improve the game for new players, because eventually they too will become veterans and reach a point where there is no more challenge or interest in the game for them. This game that I gave 12,000 hours of my life to and 6 years of enjoyment has taken away everything I once enjoyed about it. I just want the game I once loved to be good again. It has been in the past, and I desperately hope it will be in the future.
The story of a raider who hates every other player who doesn't raid, who doesn't play the same way he does, wanting harder raids, harder classes, harder everything because that's what he likes. Which again, I'm not going to argue that that's not valid, right? I disagree. I fucking disagree wholeheartedly. I think that the approach is way the fuck off. I actually kind of like the way that things got harder progressively for the players. I like the way that things are, which again, we can disagree on that. That's the joy of opinion. The difference is I'm not gonna fucking loop every single player in there and say, hey, the game sucks because what I like of it ain't great anymore. So yeah, I think this video, which I heard some people actually really thought well of it, which I'm assuming they're in the same boat. They miss the rating, they miss the different classes, they miss some of the older stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But this is a very, very, very slippery slope. So I implore you, if you watch this and you're like, yes, I agree, just take 5 minutes and look at everybody else. Okay? Before you start saying the game is wrong. Everybody else. Where are the subs happening? Are people complaining of lack of content? Which there was a little bit of that in Endwalker, so there's some valid criticism. Maybe the criterions didn't hit the way they should have. Again, valid. But this road is 100% wrong. 110%. This is a very, very, extremely biased view to look at things, and the reality is that if they're no longer playing because what they like is gone, it makes sense. I hope eventually they get what they want out of the game, but I wouldn't want to raid with this guy, honestly. Yuck. All right, play. I'm gonna switch it up. You're gonna get the intro. Okay, hold on. Intro. I like the intro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Why are you opening EA? Who let you? Lord. Thank you. Also, I feel really good. The pain meds kicked in. meds kicked in, so I'm feeling great. I'm not high or anything. I'm just my hands don't hurt and my hips don't hurt. Which, listen, when I woke up, it took me a half hour to get out of bed, which is why I was a little bit late today. Criterion, other Savage versions, Unreal's Ultimate, are they proof? And I mean, these type of angry raiders are something that we're used to seeing. Again, Warcraft, I'm used to people shitting on games. I'm used to being against the people that shit on games. So, I've grown up a lot, and I've understood, like, you know what I mean, that you can't always win, or you... But, like, I've also learned that some of these people want the game they started with, and they want nothing else, which is fine. Some people want more, and again, some of it's valid. I got a special line. Oh my goodness, thank you very much, Night Shifter. I appreciate you. Oh, you picked the Wanderer? I believe I'm the Matron. Ha ha ha, no Fika. This is before I knew what she looked like. Okay. No longer selling items in Oda. Well, that's good, I think. I believe we are ready to go, so I'm gonna get some friends over. Trinity and Branches, they asked me to come along. I'm gonna invite them to the party. Anybody else, by the way? I'm healing. It's the only role I can take based on my gear. But if you want to come in any of the other roles, you are more than welcome. But yeah, like, Nair was known to be difficult. That was Shadowbringers. It's only past Eden was known to be difficult. Zodiac is well known to be difficult. Dahlia, Aldane. Are you in my friends list? You might be. There you are. Right to party. Anyone else? We got 4 more spots. The heals are full though. We have 1 tank, 3 DPS available. Kind of reminds you of the first. But like, again, these raids were known as difficult. And this is gonna sound petty, okay? I probably slipped it while we were watching it, but did you beat Savage? Because this is a common argument we see in Warcraft all the time, and that was the first comment we would say. Where's your achievement? When did you get it? If you got it. Was it only like a week ago? And we're 8 months into the patch? Yeah. Again, that's a little bit shady, and it's shitty, and probably I shouldn't say it. Yeah. Again, I'm not gonna yuck his yum. I'm not gonna tell you that his opinions are wrong about his feelings about raiding and what he prefers, because I can't. Ahead of the curve. That's right, Branches. Like, those are valid opinions. They're just shared by a select few people. And the reality is, it's a percentage. I assume not a large percentage. However, YouTube will probably... Let me go see for fun. While waiting. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. Let me see. History. I'm gonna bring this video back up. The downfall of... For fuck's sakes, man. Although I no longer play, I genuinely... Things change. Okay, somebody misses the cones. You have some good points. Haman
page can be overwhelming. Grammarly gives.
I didn't unpause you. Why are you like? Oh, I must have hit a button. Hamanajanai is a hard word. But it seems like you've grown jaded. Agreed. Someone is, someone's calling out some of their behavior in the video. The biggest thing I agree with is the bosses. Okay. I still, because I get enjoyment. My friend's moment of glory was in Stormblood. I would figure blue mages would have some of those moments. I still enjoy the game. Yeah, I have to admit the comments are mixed, which is as I expected. Alright, oops, I had to click back in. That's the one thing I don't like about this. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it like lags if you don't click back in the screen. Which, listen. When this game comes on sale, I'm assuming Black Friday, I'll be buying it for PlayStation, because I much prefer streaming from the PlayStation. I much prefer PlayStation. 5 is not make money. People get they want. That deep down, that's what it is, right? The reality of the situation is Final Fantasy, Guild Wars, Destiny 2, World of Warcraft. You need to give the grand majority, the bell curve of the players, what they want. You still have to cater to top and bottom, but the reality is there will be people that'll log in 1 to 2 hours a week because they have that time on a Saturday. There will be players that log in 7-8 hours a day, where 3 of it spent in a club. There will be players that will log in 5-6 hours a night to raid. There are players that will play an hour here and there when they get the chance. Or they just like doing dailies. The thing is that he's not at the top of the bell curve. He's not here. He's here. And there's nothing wrong with that. But he's speaking for the bell curve. And I think realizing that he is a part and understanding that if it's no longer what he wants is fine. And again, some of his criticisms are valid. Some of them I don't know. When he says all the bosses feel the same, I mean, I could say that about World of Warcraft. But to be fair, they also launched like 30 bosses or so. Well, 2 12s, a smaller raid. Almost 30 bosses per raid cycle, per expansion. So a lot repeat. You'll have a couple of cool new mechanics, which I usually like them. But again, they also have the opportunity to play, right? They have a larger pool. Give me 8 seconds. I'm gonna go get my sweater because the AC's on behind me and it's fucking cold. I know I'm wearing a sweater, but more sweater. You can. Why am I red? Stop it. Better, thank you. I could tell the arthritis is starting to get better because I went to this to my husband and it hurt less. It hurt less. Okay. So looks like we're ready to queue up. Eee. No. Duty finder. Ha 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 ha. Duty. Grahacia Sims, eat your heart out. If you gear and your add-ons are not there, you don't raid. Maybe. Who or what was being discussed? I watched the very famous video, The Downfall of Final Fantasy XIV. And we watched it together. And I can remember kicking people from raids for that, Jonathan, sorry. I can, again, being a bitch. I was younger and needed to learn some lessons. But yeah. Or if you went into a battleground and you didn't have healers must die and arena something. I don't remember the name of it. You didn't get in. DPS meters were not a requirement, but DBM, like, I'm sorry, if you play World of Warcraft, DBM is a required add-on. Not because I'm being an asshole, but because the point of the mechanic, the bosses are built with it in mind. So it's not that you're like so special and doing something so different. No, the encounters are built with that in mind. This raid's amazing. I can't wait. I heard some opinions of it that people didn't like it or didn't like the ending. That it was tropey. I'll have to wait and see. Chances are I'm going to be uploading my opinion of that. And I'm probably going to get shit on. That's okay. But, again, I want people to know he's not wrong. He's just at a certain part of the bell curve. And he doesn't he doesn't understand that he is. And that's okay. Oh, I forgot. It's one tank. My bad. Boy, I would look stupid. Me inviting people. You guys can tank. Oh, we start in a pool of water. Looks like Charlene. Look at the fishies. Okay. Vraiment beau. Real pretty. Oh, shit. Look at that. The little peoples on the buildings. These guys, look at them! Maya. Okay, beautiful, love it. Gorgeous. Who's got that pink glam? I like that. A whole lot. Do we got a family in here?
Come, mortals. Make your way
Today,
through our
it's
watery
Bridges with
sanctuary.
the pink. I love it. I fucking love it. I'm gonna go this way to be different.
Let us see how you fare against my servants.
Look how fucking pretty this is. Oh, hold on, let's get there we go. Stand in that. And I admit, the last dungeon that we got was a nostalgia dungeon, not a difficult dungeon. I figured out those bosses first, though, which again, they weren't meant to be difficult. But I've always agreed that Final Fantasy XIV had to ramp up the difficulty, that it gets harder and harder the progressive it goes, which makes for better players. I've argued that forever. Okay, I don't want to say this like this, and this is how it almost slipped out. People who are aged like I am.
Only to be expected for they who vanquished my pupil Byraga.
Do you guys wear our
It shall be
playlist
my
ones?
pleasure to
Like
welcome
the
you personally.
pressure ones? What do you think of it? Do you like it? Is it good? Asking for a friend. Right hand. The last few days is worse than usual. Well, look at you. You look good.
I have
To be fair, I've
looked
also had
forward
very
to this
poor
moment,
sleep lately.
children of man. This scholar shall measure your depth of knowledge.
Oh, we got a Dorito. Stop moving, Dorito. Okay, listen. We need to have a talk with the Dorito.
The rivers rage at my behest.
Okay. I am looking for his
Not
criticism,
all
though.
knowledge is wisdom.
Again, his criticisms about these boss fights might be correct.
At what answer will you arrive, I wonder?
Fuck that one up. Oh, this is no cuddle. No cuddle. Our Doritos guys.
Ignorance be cleansed.
I guess.
Join me in deepest knowledge. Let flow the waters of your mind.
Assuming here's the right spot. Ah! Ow.
Seek
I
new
did that.
perspectives, and you shall find
Thank you.
new
I'm
paths.
sorry. Mistakes were made. This one and then this one. Dorito! Trust the Dorito.
Small wonder the others have exalted so.
Nope. Stand still and wait for the thing to resolve. Again, the criticism's not wrong.
The waters purifying. Reveal
This
their
boss
nature.
fight is relatively easy. Falls, listen, we know to avoid falls. I'm not saying the guy was wrong about the things that he knows a lot about. I just
Tis
never thought of
time
anybody
for
else but
test.
himself. And then said the whole thing is terrible.
Share with me your ruminations.
There's shit, there's shit, there's shit, there's shit. Okay. Feel like I may have fucked this up. I tried. I put in the last fucking second.
Not all answers can be obtained through might.
There we go there. I think these people are smarter than I am. Okay, everybody's smarter than I. Fuck off! I tried.
Prove to me the wisdom of man.
Kind of like a beach. Dum 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 dum.
Let us enlighten one another.
Okay, I'm good where I'm at for now. He's a grower, not a shower. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I've only had 2 sips of wine and I'm acting stupid already. Peebs, you're using the wrong attack.
Well done, wise children. Well done.
Okay.
Smooth sailing so far, I see. Come then, mortals.
I know I can't. It's a healing piece, so I'll take it. I'll try.
Have you got the stones to face the navigator?
Listen, I saw Lyman.
Come on, don't keep me
I scream
waiting.
bisexual. Scream.
Let me prepare a suitable stage for our union.
I got it. It's a crown. I like the crown. God almighty, she's beautiful.
I'll teach you the way of navigation.
She's no Karlach, but she's beautiful.
Mine are the waves and the winds.
Okay, it's time for a cuddle. Which, by the way, if this is a Warcraft mechanic. Stack versus not stacking, totally normal. No cuddle. That's why I call it a no cuddle and a cuddle. That's how I used to raid lead. Everyone cuddle! Stay cuddled! One dot. On the
Can
mat.
you contend with she who rules the tides?
Shit! I know. Haha! Figured it out.
Hot the very steam.
Go. No cuddle. I'm gonna keep that. Alright, I don't know. Okay, I see what I'm supposed to do.
Rise
Whee!
above the white caps.
Do we need the arrows? Avoid the balls, because for some reason, Final Fantasy 14 don't like balls. Tell him, Trinity, I have you! He's trying to come back. The legendary healer. Alright, it's cuddle time. Alright, I got you.
Like the stormy seas, I'm a harsh mistress.
Yeah, we got dodge the thing. Here it's gonna be stand still, wait for the thing to resolve.
Race for the storm!
Do you know what would have been cool? No pedal. If the sand would have made us move slower. Or we would have had to go get a debuff or a buff from the outside, the water, to make us move quicker. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying the dude is wrong. He probably knows Reagan better than I do. Uh-oh. Shit!
Dance on the waves.
It feels like a beach party. Shit! Ow! What the fuck am I doing?
Out the way, my clever serpent. Feel the might of the navigator!
I thought for sure you were gonna say Flight of the Navigator. I was like, I was about to have a moment. Ghost of the Navigator, Fire Maiden. Odysseus is the Navigator, by the way. Y'all are thinking.
Boundless as the ocean.
Ow! To my face. Man.
Swim free, my pet.
No!
You can surely do better than that.
Yes, I probably should. I'm sorry. Hold on, I got you.
Bloody brilliant you are. To seek new horizons, you must come together as one. It falls to you and yours to navigate the seas ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten any of
After
that.
all this time, it feels strange calling to you thus.
Yeah, so far, there's nothing wrong with this. It's exactly as dude said, though. Stand in there and resolve the thing. Wait for the thing to resolve.
Thank you.
The cool part of this
That makes me
was the
Not long
sand,
now,
getting caught in the sand. So there is
till
some
our journey together must
to it.
end.
But I also want to deeply remind you, okay? This is the part that's kind of weird. Wait a second. What?
I am the last of us to face you.
Why is it only 3 of the 6? We're fighting the boss again. I don't get it. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, okay, standstill is all the thing. I'm also extremely conscious that the Alliance raid is not meant to be difficult content, right? Because the reality is, this is available for most players. This is not meant to be
amidst the storm.
looped up for and done with a whole FC that's substantiated. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Okay, that was neat. Again, the mechanic could have been to move him to make it more substantial. But you're also bringing up the margin of error for these types of attacks, right? Because that's the reality, is that this is mostly available to the grand majority of players, thus it shouldn't be mythic raid level fucking right? This shouldn't be savage, this shouldn't be extreme. And for those types of things, I don't think they need to be. Alliance raid's not meant to be. People didn't like the Niners so much. Oh, I can do that. Shit, okay. I got you. Thought the general complaint was people didn't like that. Oh shit. Okay, shit got hard. Go over here. Cuddle with the group. Jesus.
Wind, guide my arrow.
They seem to know what they're doing.
My bowstring sings.
Okay, like most things, don't stand in a poodoo. Like, put it this way. Maybe dude's right, there should be more, ow! I don't know what I did wrong. Thought you had to, like, stand in the circle? That's fine. I stand here for a second. Shit! Where are we going? Get in.
You can overcome this. I know you can. Arise!
Why are you like this?
By fighting you, that strength shall be returned to the star. Come! Grant us our heart's desire. Stay not your steps.
I made it! Fucker, I made it! Okay, I see what they're trying to do. I see it now.
Those who hesitate are lost.
Like a whole bunch of circle things. Go with the Dorito. Oh, I see what they're doing. Alright.
I'm glad that it was you who came to us. Our journey ends.
Now I've done a couple extremes, or I'm sorry, I've done one extreme. Okay, a savage, sorry. Listen, Dorito.
Blessings
Like
be
you
upon you on the road ahead.
need to talk about your Dorito-ness. I'm teasing, it's fine, okay? Yeah! Who made it? I made it!
May the wind ever be at your back.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Alright, we're gonna go cuddle with the tank. Right here. Ow!
Yes. Mankind has indeed grown strong.
There we go, we got him. Yay!
The sweet soul of parting. I beg you, stay the course to the end.
Oh, he's definitely cute. I like him older and daddier, you know? Look at the pink hammer. Fucking love that shit. Nope. See that, what that looks like? Oh, that's pretty.
You're back. The Omphilus. It's suddenly transformed. Servants? What's the meaning of this? Those ones,
Feel like-
I leave to you.
Well, thank you, Graha. You're so fucking considerate. Ah! TV! Fucking grandma. Complete the stairway to 7. To the 7.
Oh, my friend. I will stay here with the others.
Okay, they're all angel names. Angelos. Stairway to 7. A little on the nose. Shit! Little on the nose. There's something about heaven. There's something like... Again, those of you who have not heard me here who's like, Peebs, who the fuck, what are you fucking going on about? I am not smart. I don't usually figure stuff out. Okay? Unless it's overt, like Golbez being who Golbez was. Like, come on, that was overt. It was in your face. You knew. You knew, don't lie to me. This? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so we got everybody. Dear Dalamud! Listen, I don't care about her. It's Dalamud.
The will of the star has entrusted the future to you and yours. As entities
I get
charged
everybody?
with ensuring life on Aetheris,
Halone
we
was a bitch
rejoice
to kill.
in this outcome with all our hearts.
I'm getting a Mega God. Okay. Is it pretty? They're pretty. The 12 Eulogia. They're really pretty. So we're getting look at the Dalamud on the chest.
Time to bid farewell to we relics of the past.
Being farewell. You move to the highest heavens. Okay. Why are you dead, dude? How did you manage that?
Children, fulfill our final wish. See every last Moses returns to the star.
Fell off.
How Aetheris.
More. No, no more. Not very nice. Your hands live.
And transcend it.
You got it? Okay, so I'm so low. I got it. You're doing good. Where's my Dorito? Ah! What the fuck? Oh, okay. So we're like going through the... My Dorito. Where's Delamore? Oh shit!
Mercy be upon our beloved children.
1, 2, 3. There's your clock event. Alright, I've survived. That's the best I can ask for, and I'll take it. Please don't fuck this up! We literally just worked this mechanic, and here I am already fucking it up. See, I find those mechanics and they make a difference.
In unity lies resilience.
My girl Nofika. Yeah, definitely would. Literally just do this mechanic. You know what to do it. Didn't make it. Ah! Ah!
Overcome our final test.
Fuck, I don't remember this one. This is fucking chaos. Ah!
Ever has mankind hoped and prayed.
Holy shit! You don't have to do them all at once. You were saying chaos. Facts. I did say chaos. Do I regret saying chaos? Not that. I mean, I only died, what, 4 or 5 times? Which, to be fair, I think it's pretty good, considering, you know, the amount of shit they're throwing at you all at once. Again, I do not raid anymore extreme, although I really enjoy them. I think you did wrong there. That's what I thought. We're into the kill. Let's go.
Was your faith that gave rise to this radiance?
No, we're not here. Shit!
Not a single note of strength shall we hold back.
I don't know how I'm doing it. I really don't. Not a damn clue. I have little legs. Okay, where are you going? I see where we're going. I got it. I got it. I figured it out. I figured it out. We got her. I also kind of like that God is a woman. We all knew she was, but divine sat. Okay, that's not. Oh, and even the good meds ain't kicking in that as good as you'd like. You know it's a fun night. I'm debating on getting some gloves.
Thank you.
Oh, my new crown looks so good. Girl, I love it. I fucking love it. I want one in real life. Okay, now. Oop. Player commendation. I can't commendate you guys. I want to because you guys are fan-fucking-tastic. We're going to do the Reaper, who is their first go. They did good for their first go. I want that. 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 All that. What's this? That's the bard one. See, I wouldn't have had a choice anyway. Right? The only gear that dropped for me was the headpiece, and I got the headpiece, so. I also got none of the cool stuff, so here's what. Alright. Whee! We did so good. She's gorgeous. Again, God is a wolf. Alright. You got the chest piece! Yeah! Good for you! That's awesome. Alright, walk away. Yes. I did not get that thing. I only rolled a 24. Come on. I need a good night's sleep. Are you alright? Thanks for clearing the way. I presume that this is the 12? All of them, yep. Look how good I look in a crown. I deserve a crown. You have done well, children of man. As promised, we shall reveal its truth in its entirety. Our desire is simply thus, to give ourselves unto the star as a blessing. Good. In the 12 millennia that have existed, we have come to harbor tremendous power through prayer. Through battle, our essence shall unravel and return to the star, where it might give rise to new life. Such is our final gift to you. Mean you'll disappear? Fragments of our former soul, which serve as the core of our existence, shall rejoin the life stream. Yet though we may fade from sight, our individuality is not lost. Our stabilizing influence shall endure. The only thing is where your prayers find their way. Henceforth, it shall be the instrument of blessing that receives of mortal hopes, hopes that shall be given back to the star. But your presence brings comfort to mankind. Everyone would wish for you to remain. Why must you truly... It's a good question, Grah. I'm not going to lie to you. Such gladdening things you say, but we must confess. What we do, we also do for ourselves. When mankind overcame the final days, it moved us. To even but us constrain the new joy. You have shown your unfaltering love for the world. In return, we would now show you our undying love for you. By dying. I don't know if I like that. Let me think on it. We're not myths are woven and passed down. So long as men hold the 12 in fondness, we shall live on in your faith in us. But when you say such things... The moment of parting has come. By our blessing, may you march towards a brighter future. Oh, you poor old Bobo! Farewell, our beloved children. When you are ready, brothers and sisters. Answers, really? We're gonna hold it together. May the font of your ingenuity ever flow. Yours is the strength to destroy all obstacles. Abide in virtue and hold fast the truth. There is meaning in your deeds. Celebrate life and embrace death. May you flourish and reap a bountiful harvest. In your limited time, you have boundless compassion. Carry yourself with honor and forge on towards victory. Harbor love in your heart for yourself and others and for the world. From the past to the future, the river of knowledge flows. Be part of its nourishing waters. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. As long as we abided in the patience to rejoin the live stream. For the drop in the river of time, that is man's fleeting life. Why not share your fate with them? Follow your heart, as you ever have. When the time comes, we shall meet again. Do you know what this reminds me of? And yes, it is a trope. But it's not. I read on Twitter, everyone's like, it's an anime trope. No. This is Tolkien. This is Lord of the Rings. I've decided to continue journeying a while longer, for he so loved the world. Yeah, someone had said on Twitter this is a trope in animes. And I mean, it might be that gods die and stuff. I don't know. I don't watch anime, and I'm not gonna lie to you. No point in that. This is a Lord of the Rings moment. This is the elves returning to their land of light. At least I don't remember all the terms. Be nice to me. I don't know if I love it. Because it is kind of sad. I kind of actually feel a lot like Grahatia. To be perfectly honest, I feel like Grahatia. Where he understands the need of the world to have faith. And while their faith will not leave, as with the elves it did not, I get it. That's right, the Oppo, you better keep that little fucker happy or I will hurt you, so help me God. I'm kidding. But, like, again, we are now at peace. Now is a time where people are rebuilding and they need that strength. And it kind of feels like they abandoned them a little. I'm just thinking out loud, okay? But yeah, this is definitely Lord of the Rings moment. We've defeated the bad. We can now go home. Let me just talk to Graha, see what he's got to say. Cannot be easy for Derek to break with his decision. It should be hear what he went through his mind. The baby Oppo. Ook. That I'm still here. I can scarce believe it. He's back. He's really back. Sniff. Cry, what do you got? Words cannot express my surprise when I opened my eyes to see Derek. I'm naturally curious as to what happened, but above all, I rejoice for a dear friend returned. I'm also gonna say that I kind of like, there's some finality to this, right? Not only are we closing the chapter on the 12, like, we're really moving to the next world, the next stories, the next everything. That can include pantheons, that can include gods. So there's also a little bit of me that's like kind of happy it ended that way, so that they could move on to the next thing. So like where Endwalker is the end, kind of sticks with that. Is this a trope? The answer is yes. Is it anime? The answer is no. That's Lord of the Rings. And it's fantastic. I don't think it's a poor thing. I don't think it's the perfect ending. I mean, I don't know if it's the perfect ending. Is it the ending that I would have preferred? Probably not. But it's not a bad ending by any definition. Listen, Lord of the Rings. A last part of Elpis and Hydaelyn. Exactly. Alright, let's talk to Derek, not the baby. Oh, I got a card. Where are we at? What to say in such a moment? That you'll return to the Shire? Gandalf? It is pretty neat. I saw that too, Bridge, as I was playing it. Best to speak from the heart, I suppose. I'm glad to be back. Well, we're glad to have you back. Glad hardly suffices it. We're over the moon. Or should we call you Ocean? I no longer have Ocean's power. Derek will do. I was remade from the portion of my essence that hasn't returned to the star. And will live out my days as man. May I ask what happened? No sooner had the 12 vanished that you reappeared before us. At the very least, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't say farewell. Your earnest friendship weighed down on my steps. And the little fellow's fervent call halted them. You baby, ook ook! I was overwhelmed by keenest longing to remain among you and see more of the world that I love. Upon seeing me torn, my brethren made me follow my heart. I needed no further urging. We created instruments of blessing and faith that one day the star would no longer need our guiding hand. Thanks to you, that day has finally come. God, I look good in that crown. I'm sorry, that's not going to get old. But I ramble. How uncharacteristic. Let us head back to the Amphilos, shall we? We must return to Charlotte. The forum will be expecting a report. Can you imagine that report? Yeah, we killed all of the gods. They're no longer. Oops. But like, the story really fits Endwalker. Again, like I really feel like this is not a terrible ending. Is it the one I would have written myself? Probably not. But it's fitting. Yet if the entire truth were to be revealed to the public, it would shake the... Yeah, you don't do that. No, you don't take people's religion away. We don't even have to get into it, but you don't. You shall consult the forum on how to safely disclose. Much pertaining to the field of mythology will have to be fuck that word. Fuck all of that word. Nope, I fear. Worry not. Inspired by our findings, I have mind to examine the 12 in the context of the reception theory. People's perception of deities are wont to be informed by their culture. Very true. By comparing the differences across the eras and regions, I believe we may uncover herefore unseen aspects of the 12. Facts? Reception theory, you say? Most interesting. Most intriguing. I should like to see the fruits of your research when I visit Charlotte. When you do, care not to reveal who you are. Our scholars would be all over you like a starved beast. I see. Perhaps I shall wait before I come calling. Before I came to you, I simply roamed the world. I had no objective, no wishes to find. For the second chance I have, I mean to undertake my trials with a renewed perspective. Air set out. He might even join our journeys in Dawntrail. Thought for sure it wouldn't have done anything. I would move my brethren's hopes elsewhere. But what a wonderful... Oh, that's sweet. Wait. Let's stop for a second. Okay, some theory crafting. I could be dead wrong. Is Derek in green with his little thing in his ears? green maging us again. I don't know, I made that up. Maybe. Maybe that's what the green mage will first look like. I don't know, I'm making that up. But again, just for fun. Okay, where does that quest end? Golden rings of balance. So yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not. I'm very much in the like 7 out of 10 range right now. Right? Let me give you an example, okay, of how my feelings. Has anybody read The Dark Tower by Stephen King? The entire series. And bonus points if you've read The Talisman and Black House. Has anybody read that? If you guys are asking, that is my favorite book series. It mixes fantasy and horror. And I read it as a teenager, I've reread it as an adult, and I fall in love with that series all the time. It's a fat cat. The ending's been out since high school for me. So it's been out for a while, okay? And I actually, this is a true story, I made my mother drive an hour during a school day to, at the Prime Chapters, now it's Indigo, to buy this book on release. I bought that fucker hardcover. The Dark Tower 7. 8. Was it 7 or 8? I don't fucking remember now. I think it's 8. It is... Jesus! The entire series is $170. It's 8. Yep. If you've read this book series, the ending is hard to swallow. Okay? There's even an entire chapter before the ending that says he didn't want to end it that way. It's an entire chapter, completely like fourth wall breaking, saying, hey, this is how I want it to end the book. I did not want this next section. And you won't be happy with it. Don't read if you... And if I remember right, and listen, last time I read it, I was in grade 10. Been a while. And it said something along the lines of, if you read it, be aware that you can end the book here. And the ending is heart-wrenching. It's frustrating. It's a lot of things. But he reminds you that that's the only way this book could have ended. And I honestly think that's actually quite similar to the situation. This is not a perfect ending. This is not the ending everybody wanted. I think it's the only way they could have ended this. It's not a bad way. It fits our... it fits fantasy to a T, obviously. Tolkien, Jesus, like... No matter how many times I visit the Sanctum, its majesty never fails to move me. And the rich history, originally built during the dawn of the 5th astral era, it was reclaimed by the wood before restored in the wake of the calamity. Testament of influence in magical civilizations. The Sanctum harbors the hopes of men, and now those of my brethren shall join them. Not a whole lot, no, I admit that, Elaine. If you are not averse, I would like to speak to my brethren. That is, those individuals whose essence lent them form. As it pertains to another age, some concepts may be foreign to you. Would you be interested nonetheless? Sure, let's go. I want that crown. Little Oppo Oppo. Oh, neat. They were lit. Baragot was a man, a gift of creating inanimate objects such as buildings and furnishings. With his ability, he served a supervisory role at the Bureau of Architect, and he was nothing short of a pillar. His chief was carefree to a fault. You see, and he took upon himself to ensure the work was done. Ralger, a brawny man whom Vanat encountered in her travels. They quickly struck up a friendship, and he joined her in a quest to destroy an enormous meteor that was hurling towards the star. It is fair to say this event gave rise to legend surrounding the destroyer. Azima was a woman who served as judicial officer at the Bureau of Administration, an experience which served her well as a warden. Hyphlodeus. Is that Hyphlodeus really? Was an ardent processor. She was an ardent proponent of the seat of Azem. All fucking Asians. That's cool. Lothal was a personal and close friend of mine. Merchant by trade, he was outwardly gracious and preserved aside and knew quiet joy and passion of war. Man treating the dual aspect of a god, it reminded me of the persona he used to be. I couldn't help be struck with a pang of nostalgia. Rafika was a landscape architect with great repute who grew plants and gathered from the star all over. Despite being skilled in magic, she preferred to nurture plants as well as nature intended. Her garden never bloomed beautiful flowers. All who visited said they leaved it with their souls salved. Altic was a researcher who observed newly made creation in Elpis. Although it was his sister urging that he first join our faction, he soon became a stalwart believer in the cause and took the initiative. Helone was a formidable warrior tasked with hunting creations that were deemed detrimental to the star. For her prowess, she had been regarded as a leading candidate for the seat of Pastaro, a preserver of discipline and order. Menfina was the youngest among us, a student affiliated with the words of La Breja and Academia Anider. Dude, I can't believe I pronounced that. Even with the prestigious institution that was considered a prodigy, I think I like this section even more than the last. Thaliek was the headmaster of Academia Anider, a man learning of leadership. He presided over the institution's myriad faculties. No known phenomenon existed to which he wasn't versed. Words do not do justice to the remarkable scholar that he was. Nemia was an observer in Elpis, much like her brother Althic. She possessed a caring and inquisitive nature and was liked and trusted by her peers. Limian was a reserver of the Matabeos and Thalasi, a facility observing sea life. So passionate she cared for her work, she once threw a knife at someone who came too close. My girl, we love a sass. Ocean was a traveler whom Venat encountered in the wilderness. They shared campfire and discussed at length what it meant to be free. Leaving my hopes as a wanderer in his place, I shall set forth anew, simply be a man named Derek. And last but not least, the Watcher. He was a chief archivist at Nemesis and Eider, and respected Venat deeply as an individual, even when he cared for her as a dear friend. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This part, to me, makes it. Okay? The ending is not rocky. It's like Stephen King's books. that noise was. This part I really like. This ties it all together. This explains it. I like this a lot. We're grateful to share the new aspects of Heidelin and the 12. Thank you. Now it's just past time we headed back to Charladen. This part I like. And I mean, chances are they came up with this out of their asses. You know what I mean? There's no hints of it a whole lot, but it's perfect. Again, you tied that bitch together. You made it all made sense. I'm not mad. Not at all. Till now, I've wandered alone, and as I recently learned, journey is better shared. Again, we're hinting at Down Trail, which makes sense. The next journey, the next... a true ending, and then... No, it's good. It's really good. I can see why some people didn't like it. Again, comparing it to the Dark Tower. There are people that hated it. But I don't think they understood it. We're in Elpis. That's cool. So no, I like that very much. And again, I think the ending is not perfect. I think there's more that could... obviously, there's always more that can be done. But I think it's the ending that we needed. I think it closes the Assassins in a good way. Because again, we know them as evil people that adjusted, except Heidelin. Heidelin was perfect. Right? It's kind of nice to realize that they were bigger than what we thought they were. There was more to them. They were good. And not all of them made it. I mean, we know that, but it don't hurt to be reminded of the lesson. Really? You chose Limsa? You whore. Have fun, Derek. Our friends are presently booking their passage. That's where you were. There's room on the next ship. We'll be setting sail shortly. No, Derek. No sooner we arrive in a crowded place, you end up and you disappear. It's always quicksands. Horse of habit in order to avoid people. I got dog hair stuck in my brace because that would make all the fucking sense in the world. But I needn't to do so anymore. On the contrary, I should embrace the chance to connect with other souls. Don't call them souls, though. As your comrades, I completely agree. Remember, we're always welcome at the Baldessian Annex, so be sure to pay us a visit. You may depend on it. Thank you, Derek, for giving us your trust. And thank you. It had not been with us, we shouldn't grant the 12 their final wish. Look how cute that fucking crown is. Well, we found our vessel. We'll report the remains to be compiled. Believe that we can officially declare our restoration complete. They're in order of height. And it's cute. Can you imagine a green little kitty hoodie for Cryle? Fuck yeah. A little smile. Do you still have time, Warchief? 11 minutes. Kidding, I'm kidding. There, I embark on my journey to the place nearby I would like to visit. Will you come? Do not stay at the center of Limsa because we need to talk. You whore. In the best way possible. Do I know where I'm going? No. Ah, there it is. I didn't have to figure it out. Terrible. There you are. Here the wind whips like a sea storm, but I've always found this nation quite invigorating. Unless you intend to strike west. Let's make that through in order to mark my beginning as a man, en route to see ocean's embrace with you. You need only accompany me across the bridge. From there I shall continue on my own. Aren't we going west? For Dawn Trail? I know. Terrible Peebs. Stop it. Okay, such a great mainland. In the wake of the calamity, my brother and I all occupied with our respective duties. This is my first time seeing the bridge. Shall we then? It's a bridge. Really bold and impressive. You walk fast. Such an invigorating breeze. Ook, ook. Your beauty truly knows no bounds. Forgive me, I was lost in thought. I mean, it is beautiful, though. It's kind of nice to have that moment where you get to appreciate that. Again, it's not a bad quest. I look forward to the bridge's completion. Well, if you're in my province, chances are the government will take away the funding for it, and then before the election, they'll put the funding back to it, and it still won't get done. I am honored I should be named Ocean. Well, this is as far as I asked you to come. But if you're willing, will we converse a little more? It occurs to me I hadn't asked you your opinion of the 12. How you personally perceive us, for instance. And how you felt when you faced us. Your words from the heart. Oh boy, what's the choice as I get for that? Just got my lip caught in my brace, and I did not like that feeling. It was weird. Is that so? The others will be glad to hear that. Thank you for humoring me, Warchief, and apologies for keeping you so long. I'm ready to set forth now to witness a world filled with our blessing. It's one way to look at it. And it kind of shows you the grandeur of the world. To begin, I think I'll take ashore of Lenosha. Visit those locals that named after the 12. After that, wherever the wind blows. Together with this fellow, of course, until such a time he tires of my company. I think he likes you. I think you're fine. This time I shall embrace the joy of meeting and accepting and the sorrow of parting. When time comes for me to return to the star, I shall share my experiences with my brethren. Needless to say, your words will feature prominent in my recounting. Oh, cute. Continue our own journeys, will you not? I mean, that was the plan. Then I shall look for you there. Farewell, my friend, and may the 12 bless you and keep you. Again, my only complaint about cinematics in this game is they need to learn to turn around. That's it. If you can figure that out, you've won. Oh, he's so excited! Go on adventures, little buddy! Neat. Okay, okay, that's cute. Like the end. A true ending. You know what? I kind of wish... Okay, I think the ending would have been better if we would have went to the shrine first. Okay? Hear me out. I think... Okay? Like, I honestly believe that if we would have gotten these are all Asians, they told us this like in a quick sentence, but like if we would have gotten that before they left to return to the star, I think that people would have been more accessible to the ending. Right? Because remember, all the Asians returned to the star. That was their ending. That was the requirement to their ending. That was their new life. To one day be reborn. And you see what I mean? Like, if that... I think they would have just reversed it. I think they would have sold better. Am I saying it was bad? No. I think it's how it should have ended. I think that was the only way it could have ended. And I think it again fits with Endwalker's themes. Do I think that it's an anime trope? No. This is a Lord of the Rings trope. Don't look at me like that. It's Lord of the Rings. Like we literally had the elves walk to the light. But I think they would have sold a little better if we would have did it the other way, where all the gods met up at that. And then walked in the, like, arch, and that was their light walk. You know what I mean? I think that would have sold the ending a little bit better. But this is nitpicking. I don't feel like it's a poor ending. I don't think it's a bad ending. I think it's the ending that we needed. I think it's 7 out of 10. I think that fits. Again, I like the explanation of who these people were, because they were people, and that I liked. So that's my initial thoughts. Like, give me some time to give it a think. I might change my mind. I might not. Usually I don't. I usually like refine the thought, and sometimes a little bit on the shift. But I do believe that that's where I'm gonna stand on it. That is a beautiful sight, actually. So, for us, I think this is a really good spot to end it for the night. I'm going to hit bed because I desperately need some sleep. I hope you guys have a legendary night. Thanks so much for being here. And I hope to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. Hold on, I'm gonna leave the party because I don't want to leave you guys stuck. No, not blacklist. Bad Peebs. Party. Party members. Disband. I don't like the way that's set up, by the way. Either way, have a great night. Thank you guys so much.